What is up, guys? Logan here again. Today I'm joined by Jason, also known as Theta Profit, and he has also changed his YouTube name to Jason Stephenson. And you guys should definitely go check his channel out. I'll have that link down in the description and in the comments. You guys can check that out. He has just blown past 1,000 subscribers, so super proud of you, man. Super excited to have you back on. I know we got some stuff to chat about between Zoom, Tesla, because we're talking about the $25,000 Tesla,
Yeah.
and just your portfolio for a little bit. And of course, this position, guys, just as a little disclaimer, this is my Zoom position. I have 10 shares. I'm down, but yesterday I was rocking. It was so crazy when we were up here, and then we went to 450 after hours. I was up like $700 or something. It was crazy. It's a great time.
It probably looks exactly like my Zoom position. Except for I think I only have like a handful with like 4 shares or something like that. I just bought a little bit in and bought a little bit in. What did you buy in at?
395. So because I like Zoom and they had their earnings, and I didn't think they were gonna sell off this crazily, but tech also was pretty negative today in general. With
Yeah.
the Qs were down like almost 2% on the day. I think it was 1.5%.
And this wasn't I honestly didn't have a whole lot of time to watch everything today. So there was no impetus for this. This was just looked like overpriced pretty much and then sold off.
Yeah,
Like an overreaction. That's crazy. So it should bounce back tomorrow. I guess
yeah.
$6 up, and it's not going anywhere.
Six,
Like we were just talking about, like you and I, after pandemic's over, we're not like gonna go fly over there.
yeah, exactly.
Like I go talk like face to face or anything.
I'm gonna continue to use Zoom for my videos when we chat. So, I get it. The long term investors are kind of like, oh, back to normal. Let's dump it and look for something else. But I like Zoom, and this, I plan on just trading this anyway at some point this year, like selling these. But overall, I still like Zoom, and I haven't gotten stopped out yet, and they've bounced pretty well every time they've been in this range. Like if you look at the last month, and then because I bought them back here, I bought them on this day, thinking that they were. This is like a great test to the moving average that day, and they got pushed underneath it, and then they did take off for a while, and then got up to 444, and then yesterday this was all the way up to here. So that's the other thing with Zoom right now. It's like I'm sitting here with my shares, like, damn, should have sold yesterday, $700 profit or something, right around there.
But, so I wonder if this is like literally an overreaction by people who don't have any idea why they own Zoom or what it is, and all they see is, okay, we have enough vaccinations to get everybody vaccinated by May, so everybody's going to go back to work, and I think everything's going to be normal, and that's their perception.
Yeah, exactly. That's their perception, and it's all just short term. I mean, the earnings were fantastic. This was their best earnings, and they had a lot of hype, but I just didn't expect it to die out. I thought we'd get a continuation pattern today, at like 450. I thought we were going to open at 450, and then all these stocks after earnings have been dipping, but then ripping back off. I know that Disney did it, where they took off and then they dipped a little bit. Starbucks did it. And all of these stocks like that have earnings and that blow them out of the water, just like Google. Like when Google took off and then the next day took off again. So that's, I don't know, it's so weird. Everyone's just like, no, we're just gonna sell everything today. Like, okay,
not enough cash. Like,
they're like, yeah, didn't make $1 million. I gotta sell this.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy. Everything's selling off like it is. So I was looking at some stuff today. So like now, I think in everybody's like savings, like the average savings level is super far up. We have something like 1.5 trillion in savings, like just in personal accounts now.
Really?
That's nuts. Like this year's economy is expected to grow by 5%, and we have stimulus coming. Like I don't get this downside whatsoever. I don't get the rotation into the
small caps,
like just consumer goods and stuff like that. I don't get it at all.
Me neither.
And which is partly like that's why I'd be fine being down on Zoom. I'm fine being down on Tesla for a while.
Yeah, 100%.
That's all good.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like I just look at all the positions, and look at tech, and the Qs have been all over the place, and it's just weird to see like the Qs. And I know the Qs were super extended over in August, but to see the Qs rip this whole summer, and then right when they hit like that super extended August spot, now they're pretty much back to where they were. I don't have any Tesla spreads going on right now, but I do still have my shares. Yeah, you're right. Yo, just a couple. That's right.
Just a couple.
What is that, like 3 or 4 or 300 or 400?
Right.
This is weird though. They have been all over, and that's what kind of sucks. Is like at their all-time high for me, it was 883.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they did hit 900 that one day, but I mean that difference being at 688 to 883, that's $200 per share for me, and I have 15 shares, 15.21, 15.18. My average cost of 164, and it's such a big deal for my portfolio because that's like $3,000. I'm still really confident in them to go back up there, and like and it's not like I'm selling these tomorrow. I just call you. I'm like, Jason, I sold them.
I'm out.
I'm like, couldn't do it, man.
Yeah, the way I feel about it, even at $800-900, it's still a $2,000 stock, $2,000 stock a few years down the road.
Yeah,
no matter what. Like end of this year, it's an $800 stock. End of next year, it's a $1,200 stock. That's my feeling.
Just keep rocking and rolling and holding it. And I know Kathy Wood. I was watching an interview with her where she in 2018 said that Tesla was a $4,000 stock, which she would have nailed on the hammer as of right now, with the stock split that they have. And I think she said she still plans on just continuing to buy them. Like, this is so crazy. Like, it's so crazy. I love her investing style too. And she bought Zoom at 360 something, a ton of it. And I don't think she's unloaded it. So that's why I'm confident. Like, she's literally just buying the tech dips. She bought Palantir. Come on. Yeah. Down 215, but we collected that credit and we're rocking some shares.
Nice.
And sold
so funny because I just don't use the desktop platform.
Isn't it weird?
So often. So wait, where's the shares?
Right here. So I own 100.
100 shares. Okay, cool.
So I sold the put and made 150 in a week on this.
Oh, you got to sign on them. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
And so like I'm really only down $65 on my shares, but I also did just sell a call and sold another put. So I'm currently have gotten. So this is 152, and by next week, that's what it would return. So now I do have a cash secured put going, and I also have used 100 of my shares to sell a call. So if this rips up to above 30, it'll just sell all my shares at 30. So I'll make $300. It's like you can't beat that strategy. Nope.
Win-win. And I think I have a call on mine too.
Really?
Well, ever since it was like one of those things where I spent all night just researching Palantir, and then I was like, I love them. Like, just explored their website for like an hour. I was like, yeah, this is it. They're gonna definitely have to take a lot of their capital and reinvest it, and it's not gonna be. It may not be profitable or very much at all for a long time, but man, when it's implemented in the right places, that's gonna be huge.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love Palantir.
Oh, you have a 30 call. I love my shares too much. I have a 35 call.
So I sold the 30 call.
I sold the 35 call.
Oh, you on Palantir? Oh, because you want to keep your shares as much as possible.
I do want to keep my shares.
What's your expiration on it?
319.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. See, I was looking at the 33 strike to sell on 319, but I did the 312. Okay. So I could collect this week's premium a little bit, possibly close these early, and then open some like 319, 326s right around your area. And then I could collect a way better profit if it does whip way up there. Right. I just want to first average my cost down if it's going to continue to fall. That's why I sold the 24 put. And
that's smart. That's a good level. That's what my average cost is.
Especially with this thing up to 45. like a month ago. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I mean, these are two. It says 39, but if you look at like the actual stock,
but those are all the owners who probably didn't know what the company did, and they saw it going up and bought it because it was going up.
Oh, 100%.
Or they saw YouTube videos saying this is a good stock, but didn't even listen to why.
And it broke out here, so everyone's jumping in at 32, buying it all the way up to 39, and then it's like a double top, it looked like, and has just fallen, and we're back in this range, which I like to call it realistic range for Palantirs. In between 20, like there's not a single ounce of my body that wants to buy Palantir at $40 a share.
Right.
Like that whole time it was up here, I was like, I have no FOMO at all. Like the only FOMO I have was not buying it in this range. So now that it's back down here, I got assigned, but grabbed my premium, and then gonna hold these. Yeah, it's just awesome. Like seriously, I love Palantir is a company I'm so comfortable having $6,000 into, or just under $6,000. I think it'd be 5,100 if I get assigned here too. $5,000 in Palantir any day of the week.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the one you can hold for years and years. Like
exactly. That's what I like about it. And they're a Colorado company, which is cool. Nice. They had a ton of job openings when I was out there too, which is really interesting. I was looking at their website. I was like, I'll just buy their stock. I was like, I'll just buy their stock.
Yeah, right. That's the best way to be part of a company.
I was like, okay, wait, I need 6 years of software engineering experience. Don't have that. Let's see. I'll just buy the stock.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
That's why I own Tapestry, in case my girlfriend wants a Coach bag. I can feel better about buying it.
Because you're like, this is just paying me as a shareholder.
Right. Practically free at this point.
This is so crazy. I mean, just to go from 10, they grew really quickly, and even to see them, I mean, I couldn't even imagine getting in at 10 and selling it at 40, you know? It's crazy.
Yeah. So let's talk about your little Tesla that you're looking forward to.
Oh yeah, the 20.
You're 25. Dude, so you were trying to do some research.
Yeah.
And see what the range was.
Yeah, so I was trying to figure out the range on the $25,000 Tesla that's supposedly, according to Elon, rolling out in 2022. And I guess we should know by the end of this year, he said, what the model looks like the prototype design, because they're going to start manufacturing those in the China Gigafactory. So that's what's really cool. It'll be like China made only, because they got to make all the Model Ys here. They're going to make all the like S's. So they're like, let's just export that and have the, China plants make it. It's still Tesla. And I've just been trying to do research, because like I want the car to have over 300 miles range. Or for me, like if it was like, oh, you get 220 miles, I'd be like, and I get it. You can charge it like every night when you come home. But as far as like road tripping, it would be really nice to have at least 300 miles per charge, just for a long road trip. And that's like what, 4 hours of driving, 4 to 5, depending on if you're going 60 or 80, So it all depends. But man, it would be so cool. I just love, and I can't wait to see the prototype. I just love Teslas, but I just can't justify spending like $50,000, $40,000 right now, and just like, this is it. This is what I'm doing. Like, put it all on the car. So it'd be cool.
The three, like doing 80, you definitely get way less range.
Oh, actually.
Yeah. So like, when I go on some of the longer distances, I'll just hit the cruise control at like 85 or whatever. And then, so if you're going at that rate and it's trying to put you at a charging station, it wants to put you there like at a low state. And then if you're going 85, it's like, yeah, you need to decrease the speed if you want to actually make it there. So you need to keep it like 65.
That's crazy.
But I'm thinking like, there's almost no way it doesn't have any less than 300, just because of what he did with the Y.
Yeah.
So, because they like released the Y with the whatever they wanted to call it, standard range or low range or whatever, at 240, and they immediately pulled it and said that's just not enough. Like, all the cars need to have at least 300 miles.
That's right, because I saw the S, and the lowest I saw on the S was 330 miles, or like 327. Yeah. That's fantastic.
So I'm fairly confident, it's just going to have a minimum of 300, and that's just the way it's going to be.
I'd be totally cool with that.
And it doesn't even need to have like that much. It would probably have like a 60 kilowatt battery, something smaller, because it's going to be lighter and more efficient and everything.
I hope so. That'd be awesome.
Probably a blast to drive too, because like no matter what, they're powerful.
We'll have to race.
Like no matter what you do.
I'll race your Model Y.
Sounds good.
I'll take you out. I love the Model Ys. I don't know why, but like because it's like you have the hatchback version, like all the Model Ys. Yeah, they're the hatchback ones, and for some reason, dude, hatchbacks just seem like they fly, but like they're just like they should just grow like rocket like thrusters and just take off.
Between driving all that, the 3 feels so much faster in this weird way. Just because I think it's like lower and just feels sportier, so it feels like a little like just I don't know, like racing Civic or something like that. I don't know. Compared to the Y being a little bit taller.
Dude, I love the 3. I drove the 3 back in 2019. It's just, you're right, it's so fast. I don't know why. It just feels, I just love the whole setup. Like the dash just looks so good. I know they're celebrating today the 2-year anniversary of dog mode for like the AC. You know, if like the dog's in the car, it'll like on the screen say, owner will be back soon. The car is 67 or something like that. Like, it's really cool.
Don't worry, I'm not dying.
Like, don't worry. Don't worry, I'm not dying.
Yeah.
So cool.
That must have been, I wonder if that's when the camping mode came out too. Somewhere must have been around there.
Right around there. That's when Tesla really started to make like big upgrades that everybody was watching. Mm-hmm. Where it was just like, oh, they have dog mode. Oh, like it's just so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
We need more dog modes. Yeah. The other thing we were talking about, like before we actually started recording, is that I just want to call them CCIV, but Lucid.
Yeah, let me look it up. Is CCIV still the ticker?
Yeah, okay. They haven't changed it yet.
Cool. I just didn't know because I haven't watched them since then.
So I was super excited about them just because they went after that. Like they were smart. They weren't like went out with everybody. Oh, is this gonna be the next Tesla killer? Blah blah blah. And they're not trying to compete directly. At least I don't feel with anything. Maybe kind of the Model S with their luxury stuff, and they're going after an SUV second. But so I thought they had a place, like very low production, compared to high production stuff.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to fit them, but that stuff that they pulled, like with the CEO he did interviews like literally 2 or 3 days before saying we should expect, I think 6,000 or 7,000 units produced in 2021. And then literally a couple hours after the merger with CCIV and Lucid, they push production out till 2022, the spring, like literally a year before they do anything.
And that's super sus. Like just that's just
I don't know if it's quite Nikola bad, but I mean, at least we see. I don't even know. Maybe those factories are virtual. I'll have to watch a factory tour.
Gosh, that's so crazy. So the CEO said that.
Yeah. So, and then I looked for that original video because I saw some other people like they were talking about it, and the original video got deleted. So you have to find somebody's like re-upload of the original video. So they took out. It used to be on Lucid's their website or on their YouTube channel, and now it's gone. So they were talking about the original production, and now that they're pushed out, now this is kind of a new one.
Dude, that's so weird, and it's not even on their YouTube anymore.
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Sure, like I don't know, with all the.
Should I buy them? No, I'm just kidding. I just mess around. I'm like,
I'm kind of done with that. Like,
I'll just put my other $68 in. Whatever
go.
I have left in buying power. I'm just kidding.
That's a lot of shares.
2. I'm like, dang, dude, I should have never bought them. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, there it was crazy. I had a lot of my buddies that got in at 20 and sold at 50 and then
Yeah.
saw it hit 60 and they're like, "Oh, I missed out." And then I told them, I was like, did you guys
No,
see it
you
go under
didn't.
30?" I was like, "You guys did the right thing."
Yeah,
It's
I was super
crazy.
lucky because I sold that $60 call on it,
Oh,
like
I
right at
saw
the top.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's so awesome. Did you imagine that? You imagine you did it like the Friday before and you got assigned, and then
right.
you were just
And you're
like,
like, God.
you're down 50%. You're just like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
gosh, that's nuts.
Sorry to whoever bought that call.
Yeah, they're not having a good time. Hopefully, they use their stop loss
Yeah.
if they even could. I don't know. That thing dropped like a hot potato. It went from like 60 to 30 overnight.
Yeah, and I think I got what did I get out of that too? It was a lot.
Hmm.
It was um oh, I even lowered it too. I don't know what I got out of the original, but it was over $1,000. It's just crazy.
Jeez, that's awesome.
And then oh yeah, so today I bought it back and then sold the $40 call instead.
That's awesome. Yeah, and that's probably giving out decent premium. Dude, I'm
Yeah, it was like
telling
an
you,
extra $100 on top of it. Oh, I think it was like $1,400 is what I got for the original one.
selling calls is just so awesome. Like,
Especially when it's on a stock that's just about to drop the next day.
yeah,
But
that was awesome.
yeah.
Man, it makes me wish I would have followed up with it with you on that and like taken the same position, but it's
Who
awesome.
knew? Like
Yeah, who
I
knew?
actually I was like I was kind of like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have sold it because it looked like it was skyrocketing. Who knew that was gonna happen? Who knew the merger was gonna happen, that it was just gonna like fall out? That definitely wasn't the
Yeah,
sentiment. It
yeah.
was like,
Imagine,
oh man, 60, we're gonna miss out. It's gonna hit 100.
yeah, imagine like you, that you got. Imagine it jumped above 60 and like you got assigned, and then the day after dumped. Like you got in at the perfect time, and when the news came out, because you'd expect, right? It gets announced, and people would start buying into it for real, right? You would think that it would go from 60 to 100. It's crazy. But that's awesome. That's actually really smart by you getting the merger. So like you won the reverse way. You thought that if the merger happened, it'd go to 100 and you'd get your shares at 60.
Yeah,
That's
I had no idea
crazy.
that that was gonna happen. I just I'm just like comparing it to everything else. Like if you look at the market cap of somebody, it's just it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. And obviously, like my threshold is Tesla, and when you're a high percentage of that with producing very little cars with nothing in place yet, it just seems like ridiculous to me.
Absolutely.
And and especially like Lucid has to compete with all the actual big established luxury brands when
Mhm.
they just shove an electric drivetrain in their car. And I mean, you want a status car, you're could still buy a Tesla, or you're buying like Mercedes or BMW, like Lucid status. It's just going to be an oddball looking car, I think, for a while.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out, or we have to wait until next year. Supposedly they're supposed to produce like 500 this year instead of 5,000 or 6,000.
See, that's crazy that just like 500 vehicles is enough for people to get excited enough to like run the stock price up through the roof. It's crazy.
Yeah,
And I get it. Like
it's nuts.
with Tesla, it makes sense for me because
Mhm.
they're groundbreaking. But like with all the little pop up guys like Nikola, Churchill Capital, I like Neo. I like Neo, but Tesla's still the top of the game for this.
Yeah.
So it's just funny to see, man. Like the stocks that are they're in the electric space, but not Tesla. That's like the renovation, pulling billions of dollars worth of revenue every quarter. That's what's crazy.
Mhm. Well, I think part of it's probably it's got to be FOMO, right? Like after knowing you could have bought Neo for like $2,
Yeah.
and then just going, oh, all I do is have to buy an EV stock. And that's all
Yeah.
there is to it.
That's what a lot of my buddies got in at like 17, $18. I never bought Neo stocks. I traded them for a little bit. I was doing some credit spreads on them, and then also doing just like naked calls and stuff. I don't think that I did very well with the naked calls because Neo is so crazy. But on days where I was like, oh, I don't want to buy a Tesla contract, I'll just buy a Neo one. So
yeah,
it's interesting.
and I don't even know.
Check
Like
Neo.
I've done like little or no research on Neo, honestly. I just
Yeah,
don't have after Luck and Coffee. It
dude,
just
Luckin. I owned
yeah
Luckin at this is crazy. I owned Luckin at $7 and it ran to 21 and then I sold it all and then it went to like 35 and I was like, I can't believe I sold that all. And then the very next day it came out that it was like all fraudulent or something.
yeah
Like like there's some accounting errors and it got
yeah
delisted.
errors.
Errors.
Whoops,
Did it
added
get
a couple
delisted?
zeros.
Did it get delisted or yeah?
Yeah, it's gone now. Yeah,
Oh my
that's why like
gosh.
Starbucks reacted to that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
when it was gone.
Well, and that was the thing. I was like, oh, I'll just buy Luckin because it's the Chinese Starbucks. Oh man,
What could
what
go
a
wrong?
what a time! I'm so glad I sold those. And like those puts, the day after I was looking at the puts, they were like 10,000% return. I was like, oh my gosh! Imagine being someone who owned a one put.
Right.
I was like, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. But yeah, Neo. I mean, all the electric stocks right now are like mid-December levels,
Yeah.
which I'm cool with. You know, they're Neo. I would consider maybe taking a position at 30. I've had a buy limit in there. I don't have it in anymore.
I don't know how many people made it to this point, uh, but I actually realized something today that's kind of help me focus more out in the future and like just long term
Mm-hmm.
is having positions out there like long term. So I remember in like November, December, even buying stuff in March seemed like a long ways away, like just positions there. But now that I've opened, like I've bought more leaps and I've moved credit spreads like way out there, now it doesn't seem so far away. Like,
Right,
all right, now I can be like way more patient
dude.
because
Yeah.
it's so far.
Oh, and like
I go over some stuff.
how fast the weeks of your life go by. You know, you're gonna be like, it's expiration date already. Like
Yeah.
that's how I
Oh,
that's how I've been. You know, it's like I think I buy a position for like 2 months out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's 5 weeks,
I
like
already have
that.
to deal with that. Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy.
I remember 319 seeming like, oh my God, that's all the way into next year. That's
It
forever.
it felt like it, and it's literally 17, 16 days away. Like it's insane,
Yeah.
absolutely insane.
Yeah. That's
So
all I got, man.
make sure you guys go check out Jason's channel. You guys already know he's down below, so make sure you go check that out. I'll put a little box in the corner so you guys can get the exact channel name. But he was known as Theta Prophet, now it's Jason Stephenson. But he is still the Theta Prophet. So, in my eyes at least. So I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, comment. Also check out Jason's channel. Do the exact same thing on all his. We have the questions for the CPA. You guys answered, or you guys asked a lot of questions in the last video, so we'll make sure that we touch on those in that one. But I'm super happy that I got you on another video and we just literally had to chat about everything. It's just fun. Like on
Yeah.
days where the market's just chill and there's nothing crazy to talk about, no to the moon stocks. It's all it's except Art Rocket.
Losing a third of the account value overnight.
Yeah, it's not like we have anything super dramatic, but
Yeah.
just to have fun and just like I hope this week stays as chill and just sideways because I just want to reset. You know, I
Right.
just want the whole after last week, after the few weeks before that, with all this crazy shorting stocks and all that. It's like I just want a chill week finally.
I agree. I'll vote for that if the market even cares what we think.
Everybody watch this video and just don't trade. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
All right. Well,
Turn off your rum, dude.
we appreciate you guys getting this far in the video, and we will have Jason on in another one. So I hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care.